Important Veterans for Peace. We love all our allies, and we need everyone working together to make this thing happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we hear it please for our vets? Adam Kokesh, Michael Marceau, Mike Harrington. The vets have more credibility than anybody calling out this administration for its abuses, for its lies, and demanding justice for all. All right, want to welcome up here. There have been a lot of people over the last 8 years who've done a lot of work in the streets to round people up, to keep us awake, to keep the spark of hope alive. One group has been World Can't Wait, and we know the world has been unable to wait for the end of this administration. Finally, that day has come. Finally, that day has come, and so we're doing a lot of actions around here, including the Stop Torture action, which you're about to hear about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Deborah Sweet.
These brothers and sisters have been fasting for 10 days now. They're breaking their fast tomorrow and going into 100 days against torture. This is a word that we can't talk about. Cheney now says we do torture. Senator Obama says we don't torture. But I want you to see what the United States has been doing for 6 years in Guantanamo, in Abu Ghraib, in secret places where people are snatched from the streets of the world. And you can see what Bush and Cheney admit has been done in our name. This is what must stop. This is not a joke. This is a demonstration of what actually happens when people are waterboarded by private contractors, by the CIA.
Waterboarding, this man would have been dead or almost dead. He was protected by this mask, but if it had been a real waterboarding, he would have been suffocated by now. The way you drowned is water comes in, at first you hold your breath, you can only do it for a few seconds, and then the gag reflex tries to push the water out. If you keep pouring water, it overcomes that. Water enters the lungs. That's what they do. It is not simulated drowning. It is slow, controlled, purposeful drowning. All right, now, when Mukasey was confirmed, he wouldn't say it's torture. Holden is saying it's torture, but they are not saying they will stop extraordinary rendition. So if they simply say, we don't torture, the America does not torture, but they send them to Egypt or they send them to Jordan and they do the waterboarding and the torture, that's still in the name of the U.S. and we've got to stop that. Obama and Holden have not pledged to stop extraordinary rendition. In fact, Brennan, who is now part of their team, is the one who began extraordinary rendition.
On the Democratic Party program begun under John Brennan in 1993, under Bill Clinton. Who is John Brennan? He is now in the Obama administration. Interrogation under Bush, the #1 crime for what Bush must be arrested and prosecuted for. This must end.
Within 100 days, and Barack Obama has already said, yes, Guantanamo Bay should be closed. And that is good, and that is right, and it's now up to us to make sure that they close it. Oh,
nice. When we go and march down Connecticut Avenue to the White House, there are two ways we could do it. We are going to do it non-violently. In the world of the pundits who want to look only forward, we should smash all the windows, take everything expensive, and tell the cops to focus on replacing the glass because our crimes will be in the past. If you don't look at the past, you don't enforce any laws. Every single crime that is ever prosecuted has happened in the past.
Yay! You go!
We are going to march for the widows and the orphans. We are going to throw shoes for Muntatar al-Zaidi, who is a hero to billions of people around the world. 100,000 people throwing shoes in Pakistan yesterday. We are going to throw shoes for a new regime that could become heroes to billions around the world. We are going to throw out this nonsense about prosecuting the most despised human being on the face of the earth would reduce your political capital. We are going to laugh at this. We are going to throw shoes to end torture. We are going to throw shoes to end wars. We are going to throw shoes to end occupations. We are going to throw shoes to end warrantless spying. We are going to throw shoes to end rendition. We are going to throw shoes to end the very idea that a president does not have to obey our laws.
Rabbi from New York City.
People carrying coffins to symbolize the victims, the Iraqi victims of Bush's criminal war. Different. The mood is very different. We can feel it in the streets. There's a change in consciousness. There's a new level of confidence that people are showing. Confidence in their ability to fight and win their own battles.
We abroad are suffering huge amount of murders of Palestinians in Gaza, but also in other parts of Palestine, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, that a new structure is happening. It's not going to change in a minute. And I chose, after I saw the bombing of the US Embassy in Beirut, and the fact that the US Marines blockaded the ambulances for 15 minutes while helicopters were drawing black Attache cases, and came to this country to see how can we effect change, how can we truly make sure that policies are changed, bombs and money don't come to kill our people. I realize that there are a few of you with whom we need to coalesce. And me, who used to have cramps when I saw the color khaki, because so many armies have invaded my country, now work with Anne Wright, with Adam Kokesh, with so many comrades here, because to be able to truly effect change, it depends on all of us. And I do it through the media, because after analyzing what's going wrong in the US, I thought information is really managed. And so at the People's Media Center at DC Indie Media in New York, through colleagues like Joe Friendly and so many others among you, we have been trying to develop an infrastructure that will carry our message, that will distribute it, that allows us to tell our story. If you go to dc.indiemedia.org, you will be able tonight to listen to the stream of so much that's been going on. Raleigh Hamilton is holding the fort. So many people are trying to do that, coalescing with Arabs, not just with feelings and messages, but actually with actions. Again, it depends on you to make the change real, and some of us are carrying your message.
Yesterday, people were walking around this town and at the train station as the Obama celebrators were pouring in by the tens of thousands. And my friends had Arrest Bush shirts and signs, and they couldn't take 12 steps anywhere in this city without being stopped to have a photo taken with the Arrest Bush sign. And so today, it's not just the Arrest Bush signs, it's also the clipboards with the petition to the new Attorney General to create a special prosecutor and the space for your phone number and email address and address so that we can get these people active.
Well, what about the people who say, look, there's nothing we can do about that now. Let's not look backwards, let's look forward.
And I say, good luck if you're a defense attorney bringing that into court. Good luck if you're pulled over for speeding, making that argument to the officer. Good luck in a world without any penal system and any police system whatsoever. You're going to have no laws. It's absolutely absurd. Right? You have a situation then where a president can authorize murder and say, well, now the guy's dead, let's look forward. And so if we're going to look forward to a world where presidents have to obey laws, which would be transformational change, which is what we think we voted for, then we have to actually enforce laws and not pretend that torture is just distasteful and not pretend that we have to recriminalize torture again and again with new bills, but actually just enforce the damn existing law.